Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your pal Jose, and today we're gonna go visit my friend Christopher Wong. Recently, Eduardo planted a bean at school, and he was really interested in how plants grow and what's in season and stuff like that. So I contacted my friend Chris, and he's a I guess you could call him a farmer, and he invited us over to his home so we can see um, a little bit of what he grows and kind of fill us in on what's in season. Because we're planning on planting like some herbs that maybe we can use at home, like when we cook. So we're gonna see what's gonna grow right now and during the winter. So we're on our way over to his house. So we'll see you over there. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, we're here at my friend Chris's house, and he's gonna give us a little tour of what he has in his front yard. So let's begin.
Cool. So Eduardo Jose, um, this basically last year was like a patch of dirt with nothing on it, or about a year and a half ago. So we came in and we tore up all the dirt, turned it over, gave it, broke up the clumps of dirt, and then added a little bit of topsoil um, to have, just have a good balance.
Mm-hmm.
And we started planting directly. There's 3 trees in here. There's a guamuchil in the back over here. This one gives like little bean pods. Your grandma probably knows which ones they are. They're really popular in Mexicali. Like these little bean pods that have like this white this white substance inside that you eat. You can fry it. It's really good.
Oh, really?
This pomegranate.
Oh, it's pomegranate.
Yeah, it has last year it gave 1 pomegranate. This year it gave 3. And we just planted it 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's
So how long does it really like to take to?
So I've heard the first year it sleeps, the second year it creeps, the third year it leaps. And
So next year you're hoping that.
And this is a lot. It was like a tiny little bush.
All right. Well, first let me ask you, when did you start, getting into gardening and stuff again?
Probably like 3.5 years ago, a little more. As a result of a lot of things. I used to garden as a little kid.
Oh, okay.
And I used to actually, as a little kid, this was one of the first plants I ever planted. My grandma gave it to me. It's called Hierba del Manto.
Mhm.
And we brought it over from Mexicali and planted it, and then that's the first thing I ever took care of. And it's a medicinal plant. People use it for to lower, like for anti-inflammatory. They use it for teas, like when they have sore throats. If you have like lesions or like injuries, people put it like they'll boil the leaf and put it over their injury and then wrap it around. I've heard it works wonders.
Hierba del Manso, that's what it's called?
Yeah, or hierba mansa, but hierba del manso. And most of the things that we planted have been like, have served some sort of purpose, either their food or an herb that we can use in our food or medicinally. Like this one right here next to it is hierba buena, or mint in English.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to smell it, Eduardo? Tell me what that's. It's spear. I think that one's spearmint.
Yeah, it smells like.
People actually chew that, huh? They chew it.
Yeah.
Like if you have bad breath, you can chew it instead of a gum.
Get on that.
I feel like chewing it right now.
Yeah. You can put it in tea. I can make you guys a tea later. I make teas usually like out of this, and then I'll add like a little bit of rosemary. And this one smells really good too. Actually, there's another rosemary I can. This one.
Yeah, I think we
from the top.
We have some rosemary in our house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this guy came over and did our garden, like a little bit of our garden, and he put some of that.
Yeah, this one smells. Well, you already know what it smells like.
I used it like with chicken.
Mm-hmm. Chicken, potatoes, anything.
Yeah, like with vegetables, roasted vegetables.
Yeah, roasted vegetables. I think people use it as a decongestant. Like, they'll put it in they'll hang it from like where the hose, when you take a shower, they put it next to the hot water, and the hot water comes out.
So, like
the steam is supposed to help.
I didn't know that. You want to chew it? Chew it.
No bad breath anymore.
No more bad breath.
These chiles we planted last year. Actually, last spring, like early in the spring, in
I could
February.
see the two
And they were like this
jalapenos.
big. Oh yeah. So in the summer and the spring, they gave a lot of chiles throughout the summer, and then in the at the end of the summer, early fall, they stopped giving it, and now again they started giving.
So what kind of chile is that?
So that one in the corner is a jalapeno. It hasn't gotten much light, so it's kind of struggling. This is the bell pepper. You can see there's a bunch of bell peppers over here.
Yeah.
And
I know what bell peppers. They do.
usually the bee will come and pollinate the flower, and then the flower will fall off, and eventually you get a. I need to take some of these off actually, so that if I take some of these off, these will get energy and then grow bigger.
Dad, are you gonna
Here we
chew
have
it?
some more.
No.
Come on, chew it.
You want to chew a chile?
You want one of those?
Oh no,
Uh,
dale caliente.
These are chile californias. And yeah, there's a bunch. This one gives a lot too. And at the store,
I have seen a lot of chiles in my life.
they take them off. Yeah, we have a bunch actually, a bunch of different types. You can check them out.
I wanna just hold one. What the heck? It looks.
Yeah, in the store they'll be like twice the size, but
Because they go bigger because they put
yeah,
Oh, Chihuahua.
they have a lot of. Oh, sorry. It's a combination of things at the store, but
And like most of the things, do you sell them? Because I know.
oh well, to sell at the farmers market, do you need to get like certified by the ag department, and it's not that much. It's like $50, but right now it's just for the house.
Oh, okay, just for you.
Eventually, maybe one day.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to. Yeah, because like one time we had an habanero bush. They gave us like 300 chilies just last year, and then my grandma moved in and died. But yeah, there's like a bunch of different mint here, and then this Chinese melon. It started growing.
What the?
Yeah. And there's
Chinese
like
what?
little melons right here. Sticking out. And my grandma makes a soup out of it. There's another one on the other side of the fence over there.
Uh-huh.
It's at the very end of its life too.
Who died right here?
He died. Nobody died.
Actually, right here, there used to be cherry tomatoes last spring, and the bush. There's like 3 cherries right here, and they were like this tall. I gave a bunch of cherries. Actually, I can send you the video later.
Uh-huh.
And like these little yellow ones. We had a little lavender here that passed away.
Yeah, it's called lavender.
Oh,
That's
it smells freaking good.
It actually has some sections of it extra low.
Can I
But
just put it right
They
there?
don't do well in heat.
Yeah, just
Yeah, you can just throw it back in. Over here, these we have the lemon tree and just a weird citrus that used to be an orange, or it's supposed to be an orange when we bought it.
uh-huh.
I think we planted them when I was about your age. Actually, my parents did, and every year.
Well, that's like lemon.
Yeah, actually, I think that the soils we don't thin it, so we don't take off a lot of them when they're coming out as babies until it gets too many.
I get it.
I think the soil is getting a little acidic or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Last year we planted these grapevines, and we get a lot of grapes.
Oh, really?
When
Oh,
we
wow.
get grapes, we'll send you guys over.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we got them at Walmart, and they were like this big. Last year, no, about a year and a half ago. The first year they grew on, they tied up, and then the second year they started giving us grapes. And this bell pepper also, and this was another one. This one's like 3 years old. These two, and usually they only like go for one season, sometimes longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised, like it Chile. That was at the end of it. These are mandarin that we grew from seed, that my grandma grew from seed actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so they're just ready to transplant probably maybe in the spring.
Oh,
And they're
that
bigger.
one.
Oh, your
has
neighbor. Is that your neighbor's
Oh yeah,
house?
so it's our house, it's my house and my grandma's house. And we did it all
Oh,
together.
okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And here's just an herb garden. This one they call ruda, and it also smells. It smells interesting. I think they make like a tincture out of it, and they put it. If you have ear infections, they put droplets of this of the oil in here in your ear, and it's supposed to help out.
Oh, really?
This is another chile.
So most
called
of the
chile
most of
piquin.
the herbs you have is because
They have some sort of purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is called thyme. And thyme, they put it in salsas. It's also I also put it in tea. This is oregano. And the oregano, it was like a little tiny bush, like this big. I put two of them actually separate, like one here in this corner, one here. They got together and they're really big now. But this is another mint. I prepared this in case you want to do like a little seed thing.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
And I was gonna transplant those little trees. They're called moringa trees.
Mm-hmm.
And on the internet, people rave about them because they have a bunch of different medicinal properties. People use the root, the stalk, the bark, the leaves, and these little pods that come out of them. Everything they use in like Oriental medicines. You can transplant those into these two later.
Okay, cool.
Here we have basil that they use for. Have you ever had pesto? It's like an
Italian sauce.
They put it on a bunch of different things.
Oh yeah.
Pesto.
Yeah. People also chew the leaf.
Oh yeah, sometimes like on pizza they just put these on.
Pesto sauce.
They just put it on top of the pizza.
It'll be ground nuts with olive oil and ground up leaves. There's another basil called Tulsi basil or holy basil, and people use that for teas. And apparently it like filters fluoride out of water. People are scared of it, paranoid. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Includes me too, a little.
Yeah, it smells caliente.
Yeah. This is where we have more stuff. This is my grandma's part, or this is my grandma's house, but it's all one. On the right over here, we have turnips. It's like a it's like a Chinese turnip, white carrot. Check it out. You can see it right there.
It's growing right there.
I know. I've seen the Chinese one. Yeah.
And then all these are little bok choys, little baby bok choy. It's really popular.
Yeah,
Asian.
I like bok choy.
And then a bunch of other bok choy that we're transplanting over into this one. And so we'll throw a bunch of seeds out in this bed, and then when they come out, we'll take them out of the ground and put them over here.
So bok choy, you just throw the seed, like you don't really, you know how in the fields they do like the little.
Yeah. My grandma just throws a seed in the field. They do like they space them out and everything. My grandma throws it out here, and then from there she'll transplant it. I mean, I put it seed by seed here, and the birds came and ate everything. Over here, these are like sweet peas, and we should have already done it, but we're gonna add like these a stick here and a stick here, and tie the string across the middle of the stick, and then have them trellis, go up and lined up, big and tall. There's some cilantro over here.
So like right now that that's winter's coming, like what you say it's
Can you plant?
Yeah.
Cilantro. Here in the valley, they plant a lot of leafy greens. So like the entire East Coast is eating the salad, the salad greens that we grow in the fields. Apart from that, lots of carrots, beets, root vegetables, and broccoli, cauliflower, cabbages, all that, kale and chard, all that good stuff. It's all grown
locally.
Yeah. We have radishes right here. I think there's some radishes coming out.
Yeah, you can see that one. Look
right here.
You see the little radish?
Yeah.
The cilantro. This is chard. I shouldn't step on the bed. But that's like a big leafy vegetable. It'll be a big old leaf like this eventually.
It's like what's that other kind of like a lettuce, but that's like popular with vegetarians.
Kale.
Kale?
Yeah,
Kinda like kale?
I have kale on the other side actually.
Oh, really?
And then these are beets over here. Actually, this might be broccoli or a kale. They kind of look similar as the very beginning.
Okay.
I think that's kale actually. So we have rows of chard, rows of kale, and then over here rows of beets. And the birds came and like they chomped on the baby beets that were coming out, but some of them survived. That's why my grandma put out this wire.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Yeah. And we have green onions and garlic. Here.
Oh, the green onions.
Over here.
Oh, wow.
It's ready pretty much.
Yeah.
And then my grandma just replants everything too. She got the bulbs and.
So, like, for these, how do you plant them?
I think this she just sticks straight back into the ground. The garlic is just the bulb, like the little clavo, the little clove, and she sticks.
clove.
Yeah, with the. You know, like there's like a bottom part in the little pointy top, the pointy top to the top.
To the top.
Is this called? No, this is the same. Actually, this one. I think this is your garlic, but I don't want to pull anything because it's underneath. And over here is more leafy greens, chard, lots of chard. And a little bit of kale that's baby. It's barely growing.
That's kale.
Yeah, and we planted it all over here. And I think as it comes out, you can tell the bird will come and like chomp up the baby leaves, and then it's done.
You don't have any cats?
No, we don't have any cats. We have a couple of dogs that chase the cats away, but
No.
My mom take a picture.
yeah, we can go in the back too if you want to.
But it's too late.
What?
So this last year was like a barren wasteland, actually like a dump site for the people in the back. Not necessarily the people in the back, but it's the alleyway. Anybody walking the alley sometimes would throw trash. So we'd have a collection of old tires and diapers and everything that you can imagine as trash.
Sucks.
We came and started picking it up a couple years ago, little by little, and then we started planting as soon as we picked up everything. So mandarin, we have a little mandarin grove here.
I'm gonna take a look at the
This is
chickens.
mandarin. I think this might be a toronja. But mandarin.
When is a good time to plant these? Because
In the fall.
The fall.
So right after the heat, stops and right before the freeze starts. Yeah, October is a good time. November's still a good time.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to plant a couple of them, like citrus in my backyard.
I think you can still do it. I just planted a fig yesterday.
Really?
Over there in the corner. But this is an orange and this is a lemon. This is another guamuchi. Like the one that had in the front, but it's a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
We got it at the farmer's market from this man. And in here there's a date palm that he so we'll see what happens with this one. I didn't want to take it out of the pot because it came in the container.
Oh, it was together?
The man grew it. This is another baby guamuchi. My mom loves them. This is a mulberry tree. It gives little, if there's enough bees and it's the right temperature and enough water and moisture in the environment, it'll give little like blackberries, but they're kind of like sweet little berries. They look like blackberries in shape, but it's sweet little berries, white or red berries. They make a mess, but they're really tasty.
Oh yeah, I think
People
I
make jams out of it. Yeah, moras they call them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This one actually hasn't given. I mean, we planted it last 2 years, like a year ago, and it was one stick right here that you can see,
Mm-hmm.
and my dogs came and chewed it, and the tree was like it was like almost 10 feet tall, and they came and chopped it up from right here.
What?
I thought it was dead, and it shot these two.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it's been growing since.
So usually, like most trees, it takes them a couple years to really.
Yeah, to really like grab on and.
So like if I put a citrus tree, I shouldn't expect to get like lemons like.
Well, actually, look, this one right here, this.
Oh wow.
We just planted this one, and we planted it last spring. No, like in February. And it was slightly smaller. It was kind of the same size actually, and it gave a bunch of these mandarins, and I had to take a lot of them off so that if I would have left a bunch of mandarins on, it wouldn't have grown all these nice green leaves.
Oh, okay.
But it did have a lot of mandarins.
So like if you leave the stuff on there, like it'll take up like the nutrients from the actual tree and it won't let
Yeah,
it
when
grow.
it's a baby, and if it has a bunch of
Fruit.
yeah, I would take some of them off for sure.
Oh, okay. I see. That's a good.
Over here, my mom wanted this mesquite tree. I kind of didn't want it because it didn't produce anything, but it's giving me a shade. And it eventually, when these fall off, it'll be turned into new dirt, and it's a nitrogen fixer. So it'll serve a good purpose. This is lemongrass. You can also use for tea. And then 2 little olive trees we planted as well. We want to bring in some persimmons and other stuff.
So like your goal is to actually like sell it or just like
to at least produce for my family as much as we can.
Okay.
That's just from here that we don't have to go to the store for. So if we can get onions and cilantro and some chicken eggs right here,
that's in it. Yeah. It's a good chunk out of here.
And a lot of the chickens eat. I've seen other farmers where they eat like all the food that's falling off, like old fig trees or old grapevines. So a lot of the food they get it from the grass. We didn't have any grass here actually last year either, and we started taking big old. We'd go into the front yard and take a big old clump, and then my grandma started putting it in the back, and now the chickens have some bugs to eat in the morning.
So you like basically you really don't buy that much feed for the birds, or
they get they get corn, and actually we give them a lot of food scraps, so it's substantially less than what they would eat at at a farm. They eat a lot of fresh food here.
Oh, okay.
And they're running around.
Yeah, actually, yesterday we made a video. I haven't uploaded it yet, but we were talking about turkeys. How wild turkeys fly, but not your domestic ones because they're overfed, so they're too heavy. Yeah. So yeah, turkeys fly and they can fly up to like 55 miles per hour.
Wow.
So that's something we learned yesterday. So do you actually get eggs from these chickens?
Yeah. We'll get. Oh, my dog. That's so away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Actually, I touched one right now.
Yeah. If you have food in your hand, they'll come straight up to your hand and
eat.
Yeah. Maybe I can trick them right here. I don't have to. They think it's food. It's this little thing. They're gonna come and check it out. Like, what is that? It doesn't look like the. It doesn't look as appealing to me.
Well, some chickens eat. No dinner for me because I already ate.
Yeah. No, but so the chile, maybe it's a little bit more tough. Oh no. Here's more chiles, and here we had a bunch of things growing, and the chickens got in here one day, ate everything. It's like one of the little ones who survived. So we just transplanted chiles, little habanero chile. Here, chile piquin.
I know.
A bunch of eggshells just for calcium. Eventually it'll break down.
Do you make your own compost? Like
we do. Let me show you. Mostly we just dig a hole and stick it in the ground. But we used to have an elaborate compost pile where we had. It's called a hugelkultur bed. It's actually underneath that now, but that was a bad location because it attracts termites sometimes.
Oh really?
Yeah. But hugelkultur bed would be basically logs underneath the ground. It'll be like you dig a ditch, you put a bunch of logs underneath, you put a bunch of branches, and then you layer it with hay, grass, food, and dirt. And you can just layer hay, grass, food, dirt, hay, grass, food, and your food scraps.
Wow.
And you cover it with a bunch of dirt.
Just don't grab your eyes with.
Oh yeah.
No eyes.
Yeah, don't grab your eyes.
Or your nose.
And
So it's crazy that it from the front you can't really tell.
I
It's
could
like
see.
actually like you have all this in the back.
Oh yeah. Now we want to put in raised beds. Like, we want to put in a raised bed here. My dad says don't touch this area because it's mine. And I'm like,
He's gonna do it.
yeah. We had to put a fence up for the dogs because they were going and tearing stuff. Well, because of stuff tree and other stuff like that, and they just need to be over there. And over here is a little fig grove. These were bought from a man actually that I don't know if you know Lucio Padilla.
Yeah.
He sold me these trees last year.
He was selling something at the. He actually wrote a book, didn't he?
Yeah. I think Memoirs of the Triguero. I think
Yeah.
It's called. I've yet to. I gotta go get a copy. But it's a bunch of little fig trees, date palms. The nopales I had a friend come and they brought like.
I heard those things grow like crazy. Like
Yeah.
you don't need much
No,
for them
not
to
at
grow.
all. My friends brought 3 that were like this size in containers, and we put them in the back. And as they would fall off, we would plant them everywhere else. And in 2 years since we started in the back, all that's grown. And that's food. If we ever need it.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
Yeah, the pictures have started coming back. A little one tree here, another tree there. This one actually is what I was telling you. This one had like this little baby one. It had hundreds of them, literally all over here, everywhere. And I had to come and pull them all off. And after I did that, the leaves started coming back, and I think it's grown a bit.
Yeah.
Or at least it's grown this little green section. It's stretched out and it's.
You can sip on that brick and then go jump around.
Okay.
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 There you go.
No, I was feeding the chickens a little bit more.
We had to put this fence up so the chickens wouldn't come in, and the chickens like to come in, and they'll scratch, and they'll poke, and so they'll go in literally and scratch up the roots. We just transplanted this one about a month ago. Those were put in last year.
Nothing in here.
Oh no, nothing in
Oh.
here. This is experimental.
So I think it's neat that seems like everybody in your family is like involved in this garden, or is it?
Now it is.
Because you say your dad wants to do.
Yeah, my mom, like, they all kind of took it over. I think it started with our grandparents, and then, because my grandma's been telling me, like, put a garden in for your mom. Since I was a little kid, my grandma told me, go and garden in the back, because it was barren. It was like nothing. So it looks, at least now there's some green color to the landscape.
Yeah.
And it looked like a landfill before. That's what it looked like. So I want to put in raised beds here. But I want to put in tomatoes right here along this stuff. I couldn't dig out this. My grandma used to garden here back in the day, and so she used to like dig big old ditches, and then she'd put plastic covering. All this plastic covering. And then plant on top of it, so she had like sugar cane growing. Eventually, she stopped because there was a fire when it's the sugar cane with the dry sugar cane.
Oh really?
Yeah. But,
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for having us over
Yeah,
and
thank you
showing
for
us
coming
your garden
Nice to meet
and
you.
telling us why you started all this. So
thank you for.
but yeah, we'll definitely be back and plant something with you.
All right, love to
All
meet
right.
you again.
Thank you again.
All right, see ya.
So we're back from visiting our friend Chris. First of all, we want to thank him for inviting us over to his home. We had a great time learning about all the plants, the small plants and the big plants he has, and the ones he uses like for teas and what they're used for, like remedies and stuff.
I showed a plant that you put for tea.
Yeah, you chewed. I think it was a mint leaf. Yeah. And he taught us a lot about all the medicinal remedies you could do with some of the herbs he had in his garden, And one thing that was pretty amazing is that when you see the front of his house, you really don't see the whole, you can't really tell all the things he has in his home. Once you go to his backyard, you see like it's like a little farm, like a mini farm.
Yeah, and you see like cacti.
He has cacti. Well, I think it's nopales. I don't think it's cactus.
Yeah, it's the same thing as cactuses.
Yeah. And he has what else? Chickens, yeah, chickens. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat that he has his own little farm, and in our town, like in this town where you don't think there's a
farm.
Yeah, like little farm, and
and it's cool that he has chickens because we wanna keep one.
Yeah, he has chickens where they actually get eggs from the chickens and eat them. So I think it's something really it's something cool that he's doing this with his family, mainly his grandma, and I'm sure they save a lot of money from using the vegetables and lemons and herbs and all these things that you go and buy at the store, but yet he has them on his at home. I bet that they're saving a lot of money, and if something ever happens that there's no food, he already knows all these little tricks on how to grow all these plants. So we're definitely gonna go back and plant a couple of plants. Today we ran out of time, but we're definitely plan a trip back to his home, and he can show us how to plant, what soil to use and all that stuff.
Soil, water, for us we use seeds.
Seeds.
Yeah, and pretty much dirt.
Dirt. Yeah, I think that's what he.
And soil, just soil and dirt.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks again, Chris, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Well, Chris is not here.